Hello, and as I have already mentioned, today we're going to be working on a PC. Now, I do have a couple PCs here, and I'm going to try and get some more, or in this case laptops really, but currently they're not in the best condition, or at least so I'm told. The first one we're looking at, I'm told specifically that the motherboard is broken. That is how he described it. Fortunately, he gave it to me for free, so that works out perfectly. And now it comes time for a great question. Will we repair it or will we repurpose it? Now, I haven't done too many of these projects. In fact, I haven't really done any of these projects yet. But I've watched a lot of videos, so I have a lot of knowledge down. I just need the experience through these earlier videos. So, from what I can see, I just need to take it apart and see what's what with the motherboard, because I'm not just going to take the screen out and be like, alright, I'm just going to buy a control board for this now. No, we're not doing that. We're going to make sure it works first, because I may have just potentially gotten a free laptop. Best part is, this specific model is really good for work, and it's like $1,400 if you look it up online, at least at the more expensive venues. So we're going to open up and see what's what. So I'm just evaluating it right now, making sure everything's working right. I don't see any issues with it currently, because I'm not very experienced with this obviously, but I don't see any physical damage. When he said broken motherboard, I automatically assumed that meant it was like physically smashed in half or something, like some karate kid burst through the door and just chopped his PC in half. Obviously, that's not the case here. Everything looks amazing. Other than just a little dust, it looks fine. So I did end up finding the joint on, I believe, the left side joint on the monitor for the laptop is not connected to the plastic casing anymore, so it doesn't really work. It kind of pops up even when it's screwed down, so that's a bit of an issue, but hopefully we can get around that. So everything looks pretty good, so I'm just gonna buy a battery, and then in maybe a week or more, we will be able to see if this thing works as a laptop at all. Because when I opened it up, I found out there was no battery inside. So how can you say it's broken if there's no battery? And he said, well, the last battery it had was a replacement battery because the battery before that one broke, and this one broke because it got all swollen because it was a third-party battery. So I just decided, let's just buy another battery and hope it doesn't repeat the exact same problems as the past. Great. So I ended up buying a battery. So the battery just came in the mail. I ended up putting it in and screwing everything down. Sadly, he didn't give me the old battery either with the screws, so I kind of had to use the outer casing. But you can replace those like on Amazon, super easy. So I just took the screws from the outer casing and put those in for the battery. I plugged it in, I turned it on, and assessed everything. It doesn't recognize the battery, and it doesn't recognize the charger. But the charger is from Dell, and this is a Dell computer. Like, this charger came with the computer, so why it doesn't recognize it, I don't know. But then I realized it's because it's a third-party battery. And then I also realized that could increase its chance of fire and explosion, apparently. So I decided to just send the battery back, and we're going to have to turn it into a desktop. So we're going to have to repurpose it, or at least I think. I start taking the screen out because the screen's in the way.
What have I done?
It's not gonna work anymore, so it's in the junk pile now. So after giving it systems check and all of that, it ends up working without a battery, so I'm just gonna send the battery back, as I've already said, and just use it permanently plugged in all of the time, which doesn't damage it in any way. The only issue is the cord, the actual cord on the inside of the computer, the integrated cord that charges the computer, is not glued down properly. The tape, the adhesive that used to be on the underside, is not working anymore. so I'm gonna have to either glue that down or tape it down for now, something temporary. We'll figure it out. So I end up putting everything back together again and testing it on a TV screen, and it looks like it works just fine. So yeah, great. So it looks like we ended up repurposing this thing, turning it into a desktop PC. But what about building a whole case for it and everything? Well, this is supposed to focus on the laptop, not so much as all of the details that happen for the aftermath. So if you want a video for that where I build like a case and stuff for the PC components and really make it look like a desktop PC, let me know in the comments. Thank you and goodbye.